For several months, Audi has been the focal point of media attention for an industry-wide problem known as unintended acceleration. There have been numerous reports in newspapers and on radio and television on this subject in general and on Audi in particular. Until recently, we focused our effort on developing a proven remedy, rather than responding to publicity and to the press directly. We at Audi are convinced, having studied this problem probably more intently than anyone else, that we have an innovative solution, an effective solution which will significantly reduce unintended acceleration. This report has been prepared by Audi to present you with the facts about unintended acceleration and our efforts to solve the problem. And we've asked a gentleman who probably knows more about automotive performance than anyone else to explain the complete Audi story. This man, in fact, has worked closely with us to develop our Quattro Motorsports program here in America. His name is Bobby Unser.
Unintended acceleration. What is it, and when does it happen? According to drivers who've experienced it, it's an uncontrollable surge of power in drive or reverse that no amount of braking force can overcome. It always occurs when the driver is getting underway, when he or she shifts from park into drive or reverse. A car out of control, with no way to stop it except by turning off the ignition or shifting into neutral. Sounds scary to say the least. This mysterious problem has been the subject of ongoing investigations by the federal government for several years now. Cars from a great variety of manufacturers have been thoroughly investigated by the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration, the government body entrusted with matters of vehicle safety in our country. These investigations have involved, at various times, over 60 million cars and light trucks, including the Audi 5000S, model years 1978 to 86. In no instance have the government engineers been able to find any sort of mechanical malfunction in the Audi 5000 that could possibly account for unintended acceleration, nor have Audi engineers been able to identify any vehicle component as the culprit. In the Audi 5000 in particular, no breakdown or failure of any of the car's systems could produce an open throttle condition and simultaneous brake failure. Failure of certain electronic engine controls can produce an irregular and sometimes high idle speed, but there is simply nothing in the system that could produce a great deal of engine power without the driver physically actuating the throttle linkage. But let's take a moment to see what would happen if the Audi 5000 throttle were to be opened fully. Would the car be rendered uncontrollable? To find out, let's get in this Audi 5000 Turbo, Audi's most powerful car. In fact, one of the most powerful sedans sold in America. I've started the engine and put my left foot firmly on the brake pedal. Now, I'm going to shift into drive and floor the accelerator. And as you can see, we're not moving. Even with the engine running wide open, we're still not moving. What we've done is actually a routine automatic transmission diagnostic procedure known as a stall test. It's been routinely performed by mechanics on all sorts of cars for years, and without a mishap. But what if the car managed to get moving? Could the brakes still bring it to a stop? Well, let's find out.
All right, we're now going to get up to 40 miles an hour through the cones. Get up to about 40, and as soon as we get there, down about the T down here, we're going to go wide open on the throttle and hit the brakes at the same time with full turbo boost up to see if the brakes will overcome. Now we're about 45 now. Here we go wide open on the throttle and just stop it. That stopped in just a very short distance. Quite a simple thing to do, which shows that the brakes far overcome the engine power. Now we're going to do the cones one more time. Okay, this is going to be as fast a run as we can make. See what it is at the end, and then we're just going to hold it wide open and hit the brakes and see if the car stops. Here we're coning up on 70 miles an hour, 80, and just pull the car right down and just stop it before we get to the last cones. Still running 3,000 RPM, the car stopped real easy and real straight. It was really no harder to bring the car down full open, full boost, from 80 miles an hour than it was at 40.
These brakes can obviously absorb several times the power of even our turbo engine. But what if the brakes fail too? Well, to answer that, Audi has never found an instance of brake failure in any Audi involved in any one of these mishaps. Well then, what's going on here? What's causing these experiences? The research we've conducted, as well as the reports we've received from government and independent sources, shows a correlation between both a driver's familiarity with the Audi 5000 and unintended acceleration incidents. For example, an astonishing 20% of these incidents were experienced by people who never driven an Audi 5000 before. But why is this so? Why is this happening with greater frequency in the Audi 5000 than in other cars? Our studies, specifically on Audi, reveal that the great majority of Audi 5000 drivers are new to the Audi automobile. As a European luxury sedan, the driver's area of the Audi is different from what they may have been used to. The seat, the steering wheel, and the size and position of the pedals. These differences, combined with some people's acquired automotive habits, could result in unintended acceleration. But the major points here are this. Audi agrees that the number of incidents are unacceptably high. The company feels strongly that it must take action to reduce the problem, and it has. Audi's designed the automatic shift lock, and this is how it works. In order to move the shifter from park to any gear, the driver must have his or her foot firmly on the brake. So before getting underway, the driver's feet are properly placed and the chance for errors is minimized. The shift lock can be bypassed, however, by starting the car in neutral. So unintended acceleration can still result if improper starting procedures are used. All the 1987 Audi 5000 models with automatic transmissions have the shift lock installed as standard equipment. And Audi will install the shift lock free of charge on all older 5000 models. The automatic shift lock really works. Audi dealers have installed thousands already. It's the best safeguard against confusion between the brake and the throttle. And it's exclusively Audi's. With innovative developments such as the shift lock, Audi hopes to make unintended acceleration a thing of the past. Audi admits being a part of the problem, but they're also providing a big part of the solution.